All right, and welcome to the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center for today's ball game between the Grambling State University Lady Tigers and Alabama A&M University. It is the regular season finale for the Lady Tigers and the Lady Bulldogs. I'm Santoria Black along with Donovan Travis. And Donovan, this is a game here when you start thinking about if they win tonight, they're at home for the first round of the playoffs on Tuesday night.
Absolutely. Home court advantage is definitely a very big part of winning in the playoffs, so definitely they need that home court advantage.
Absolutely. And then, of course, for Alabama A&M right now, they're just trying to finish up the season strong. And, of course, when you look at where they're at right now, they are 8-9, so they still have a little bit to play for. Now, they will probably have to travel in the first round of the playoffs. Where they will go will depend on what happens in tonight's ball game. And then, of course, what happens with Alabama State and Jackson State University. So we're just about ready for live action between these two teams. Starting lineups, first of all, for the Grambling State University Lady Tigers. Of course, they'll start Chicago Hill. She'll be at one guard. Also, they'll start Jasmine Boyd will be the other guard that will be starting here tonight for the Grambling State University Tigers. Justice Coleman, she's out of Baton Rouge. And then, of course, they'll start number 23, Malisha Gansey. And then also number 3, Takara Parsons, who had a good game on Thursday night. For Alabama A&M, they will start Natalie Collins. They'll also start Nigeria Jones, number 15, Kenya Pye. Then they'll start Deshaun Harper. She's the 5'5" sophomore from Indianapolis, Indiana. And then they will also start number 41, and that'll be Ashlyn Dodson. Head coach is Margaret Richards for the Alabama A&M Bulldogs. So we're just about ready for live action here tonight between these two teams. And Donovan, we're expecting a good game between these two teams. Alabama A&M has a lot to play for tonight, obviously because of seeding.
Absolutely, and looking at the seeding, Grambling State, they're not separated by much, so this game is definitely going both ways. But as tonight, this is the final home game of the season. This is senior night for Grambling State, so this is definitely going to be a big game.
Absolutely. Senior night, you just talked about that. And on the women's side, when you talk about senior night, you talk about Jasmine Boyd, Kara Parsons, Shakala Hill, all three starting here tonight. And, boy, when you talk about the history of basketball here at Grambling State University, Shakala Hill has rewritten the book here at Grambling. You know, I think about some of the great players that she's passed up. I look at Shea Hobson, you look at Janetta Graham, you look at Shakia Carter. I mean, there's so many great basketball players that she's been able to break records. Mary Curry, I mean, that goes all the way back in the 70s and 80s, really. And so really a phenomenal career that she's had. Jasmine Boyd, she's over 1,000 points in her career. Takara Parsons, you know, what she's been able to do. So 3 quality basketball players will have their final game here tonight for the Lady Tigers. And when you look at the first game of the season, these two teams met in game number 2 of the conference season back on January the 7th, and they were able to get away with a 63-51 victory over Alabama.
Look at
A&M.
this. Shakala Hill
Hill
jump ball.
And winning the jump is Alabama A&M. I think she's wanted to do that all this time, and so now they decided, hey, we're going to let her jump in this game.
I think so, too.
Alabama A&M with the basketball. Looking inside to the big girl, that's going to be Ashlyn Dotson. Turnover here for Alabama A&M. Grambling with the basketball now. Skylar Hill goes in for the shot, up and no good. And the rebound by Alabama A&M. A&M had problems finishing games at times. And they'll have to finish here tonight if they want to try to gain some traction. Shot is up, no good. It goes out of bounds, and it goes back to Alabama A&M. Early on here in the ball game, no score between these two teams. 9-11 remaining here in this first quarter of play. Boy, underneath the basket, that was Kenya Pye. She didn't get the chance to go up with the ball. Dotson controlling now the back outside, shot up, no good. And coming down with the basketball is Shakala Hill. No score here, 8:54 remaining here in the first quarter. And Jasmine Boyd shot up, no good. Takara Parsons goes up and she's fouled. And we saw right before the game started, Jasmine Boyd was out shooting three-pointers, and she had a hard time finding her mark early on in the when she was practicing. And luckily there, Takara Parsons right there to get a rebound and draw the foul.
It's all about being in the right place at the right time, and Takara Parsons was able to try and help clean up the mess a little bit inside, and she's fouled, so now she'll take a trip to the line.
Ashlyn Dodson got the foul. She's a 6'2" sophomore from St. Joseph, Missouri. And now she will be replaced by Alexis Evans, the 6'3" redshirt freshman from Greensboro, Alabama. If you look at this team from Alabama A&M, one senior on the basketball team, and that's Kenya Pye, the 6' fresh, or the 5'8" senior from Tallahassee, Florida. Everybody else, sophomores and juniors, and a few freshmen.
Takara Parsons split that trip to the line.
And a turnover here by Alabama A&M, trying to force it inside to Alexia. Jasmine Boyd nearly losing the ball out of bounds. Shot was good. Justice Coleman getting the shot.
Nice free throw jumper by, Justice Coleman right there. Getting the ball inside from Jasmine Boyd.
Coach Murray wanted 3 seconds. Shot up no good by Nigeria Jones, the sophomore.
Skylar Hill tried to get the ball down the court to Jasmine Boyd. Just let her a little bit too much and just right off her fingertips. And now the ball goes back to A&M.
Early on here in the ball game, 3-0 Grambling on top. 7:48 remaining here in this first quarter of play. Men's game will be coming up on Sports Talk 97.7. So make sure you listen up for that. Lots of family members here tonight for senior night. Shot up and no good. Boy, Alabama A&M was at point-blank range, and Alexis Evans could not get the shot. Now coming with the basketball is Grambling. Chicago Hill going up for the shot. It's no good.
Take a trip to the line.
7:31 remaining, and Chicago Hill is just in the open floor here, and Alabama A&M just not back where they needed to be on defense. Natalie Collins gets the foul for Alabama A&M. That's her first personal.
Chicago Hill's vision, especially on a fast break, is just like no other. There was a very small gap, but it was a gap nonetheless, and she's not afraid to take it to the inside. First free throw rattles in and out.
One more opportunity at the line for Chicago Hill. When you look at Chicago in the season,
A rare
about
miss of both.
68%. She missed both free throws. Lady Tigers still lead 3-0. 7:20 remaining here in this first quarter play. Well, great defense by Grambling. That looked like a little bit of travel. That one goes in and out for Alabama A&M, and Chicago Hill gets the rebound. How many records will she break before it's all said and done with? She's got this game, and then, of course, at least one game in the tournament. Could be more, though. Ball is on the floor after the missed shot by Takara Parsons. Jump ball. Possession goes to Grambling.
Talk about the records. Honestly, the list is endless. The records, the accolades that she's been racking up during her tenure here, it's just crazy. She's a once-in-a-lifetime type of player, no doubt.
Grambling with the basketball. Lady Tigers on top 3-0. This ball tipped out of bounds by Alabama A&M as it was inbounded.
Grambling working the ball around now to the inside to Parsons. She pops it. It's good.
Takara Parsons with the bucket.
5-0 lead now for Grambling with 6:30 left in the first.
Alabama A&M now with the basketball. A&M nearly has gone 4 minutes without a basket. Maybe they'll get one here. Nope, they don't. Ball's tipped around. Finally brought down by Alexia. She goes in, gets the bucket and the harm. Alexis Evans gets the bucket. That foul's going to be on Jasmine Boyd with the first personal. And Alexis Evans, the freshman from Greensboro, Alabama, will try to complete the three-point play. Not the best free throw shooter, and Alabama A&M gets the rebound. That's number 24, Tierra Dark, the sophomore from Sylacauga, Alabama. Of course, Grambling had a football player from Sylacauga, Alabama, Ab Kawan, played running back here at Grambling State University.
That's a kickball violation, so the ball is going to stay here with Alabama A&M.
A&M coach Margaret Richards, Larry McNeil, Michael Morgan, and Nyla Johnson. Grambling head coach Freddie Murray, assisted by David Pierre, Sarah Diaz, and Marcus Hicks. Three-pointer on the way for A&M, up, no good. And Alexis Evans is going to be charged for over the back. She did not have position. Great job by Grambling getting 2 yellow shirts near the bucket. Third team foul.
Good job by Takara Parson being able to box out, getting a body on that big body in the inside, being able to draw that over the back foul.
Skylar Hill with the shot, no good. Alabama A&M with the rebound. That shot up, no good. Ball tipped around, and then Skylar Hill stepped on the end line as she got the rebound, and it goes back to Alabama A&M. 5-2 our score, nearly 5 minutes into the ball game. Gets it to Evans. Now three-pointer on the way by Alabama A&M, up, no good. Ball tipped. Goes back to Grambling. Tell you what, A&M is really struggling from the field. When you look at what they're doing right now, Grambling's not lighting up on offense. 5-2 is the score, and we're nearly halfway through the first quarter.
Absolutely. You talk about not being able to get shots to fall on the inside, just one bucket. They're going to need some answers as Jasmine Boyd gets fouled. Looks like some subs are about to come in for both Grambling and A&M.
Kenya Pye gets the foul. We have a media timeout on the floor. 4:53 remaining here in this first quarter of play. 5-2 our score. We'll take this timeout right here on GSU TV and the Grambling Sports Radio Network.
The official Grambling State University app is here, and the features make it 100 times easier for you to navigate through the semester. Get direct access to your grades, student email, your Tiger One card, news, the KGRM radio station, campus events, local weather, and more. There's even a map that'll show you exactly where you are on campus so that you can get to where you need to be. In your free time, you can stay up to date with the latest social media posts from the Grambling State University, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So head over to the App Store and download the Grambling State mobile app today.
The world-famed Tiger Marching Band presents Click It or Ticket. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Welcome back here to the Frederick C. Hamdi Assembly Center on the campus of Grambling State University. I have a couple of subs coming in the ball game. Jasmine Forte coming in now for the Grambling Lady Tigers, as well as Ariel Williams coming in for Grambling.
Talked about the struggling shooting woes that Alabama A&M has had. 1 for 11 so far from the field.
Chanello Lucy Ebay in the ball game now for Alabama A&M. Inside to Forte. Forte couldn't handle the pass. Goes off the floor and goes over to the Alabama A&M Bulldogs. Jamaica Cobb, the sophomore from Greenville, Florida, also into the ball game now for A&M. Near steal there for Grambling. Thinking about the three-pointer was Jones. She goes in for the shot, up no good, traveling violation, and it goes back to Grambling. SWAC tournament coming up next week's quarterfinal games will be on Tuesday. The winners will go on to Birmingham and play those games starting on Friday. And so, of course, if Grambling wins, we'll continue to go with them. Justice Coleman with the basketball. Goes out of bounds back to Grambling, or back to Alabama A&M. 4:13 remaining in the first quarter of play. And Donovan, you said it, coming out of that first timeout, that media timeout, Alabama A&M 1 for 11 from the field. It really hasn't gotten any better for them.
You got to answer on those point-blank range shots. You got to take good shots. So they're going to have to step up.
Now, if you're Alabama A&M, you got to be pleased with the defense because you're holding Grambling to just 5 points. Nice little head fake. Shot up and no good for Alabama A&M. Rebounding the putback, no good, but a foul coming up against Grambling. That foul is going to go against Forte. That's her first personal.
Look at the defense inside if you're watching GSU TV.
Again, if both the men and the women win, they'll play at 5:30 and 7:30 on Tuesday night.
Ooh,
that wasn't good.
Missed everything right there. Second free throw in and out. Chicago Hill comes down the court with it now. Cross-court pass back to Chicago Hill from Jasmine Boyd.
Chicago Hill looking, going back to her right, behind her back. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Cross-court pass to Jasmine Boyd. She takes a three, up no good. And coming down with the rebound is Ariel Williams. Shot, or I should say pass inside of Forte, nothing there, and it goes out of bounds off of A&M back to Grambling.
.11 seconds on the shot clock now for Grambling. Chicago Hill to inbound. Pass thrown away by Justice Coleman.
Yep.
And she's going to get a frustration foul right there. Just lost her balance, tried to get it away so she didn't get a traveling violation, and just threw it right into the hand of the Alabama A&M defender.
Five to our score with the basketball right now for A&M is Collins. Collins will take a three. Left side, whoa, she missed everything. Goes out of bounds. And it's Ariel Williams is saying that she did not touch the ball.
I'm speechless.
Well,
she gets it right back
steal anyway. And just turned the player around. Oh, she should have just went up with the basketball. And it goes out of bounds to Grambling. And there it looked like Ariel Williams should have just went up with the basketball. And I see what she was trying to do. She was trying to get the pass out. But at that time, I think if she would have just went up with the basket, she might have drawn the foul or even gotten a basket. Takara Parsons now to Chicago Hill. Hill drives, shoots, gets the bucket.
There's a foul on play as well.
Could be a foul against Grambling. Forte with the foul. The bucket does count. Grambling with a light press. Evans with the basket. Grambling doing a great job trying to stop the ball, but A&M able to break that press and get the pass to Evans on the back door. And it's now 7-4, 2:13 remaining in this first quarter play. Forte on the inside. Nice job by Forte. She gets the bucket. Her first deuce of the ball game, and it is now 9-4 Grambling on top. We're now under 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter of play. That's a foul on Ariel Williams.
That's going to put A&M in the bonus now. Jamisha Cobb, 5'8" sophomore out of Greenville, Florida.
1:53 remaining in this first quarter of play. 9-4 our score. Shot is up, no good, but Alabama A&M struggling. 9-4 the score. Under 2 minutes remaining in the first half of play. First quarter play.
Continue.
Subs getting ready to come in if they don't get him before the end of the quarter at least. That ball goes out of bounds, off of the player. Cameron London coming in for Grambling.
Going to come in for Jasmine Boyd.
And in with the basketball right now. Cobb controlling, looking. Top of the key to Tierra Dark. Foul coming up. Is that 2 on her?
Yep, that's going to be your second.
1:10 remaining here in the first quarter play. 2 shots, of course, on the women's side. If you get to 5 fouls, you start shooting free throws because it's quarters and not halves. Dark with the free throw up, no good. 5'7" sophomore from Sylacauga, Alabama.
She has a very unusual approach. She's closer to our side than she is to the middle of the basket. You know, usually when you have free throw shooters, they'll center up right with the basket, but no, she's further to the left of the basket.
Gets 1 out of 2.
Kendriana Washington now checks into the game for Ariel Williams.
This is that time of year, Donovan, where you got players that are tired, coaches that are tired. You know, it's just when you have a long season, especially conference season. But this is why they tell you have to really kind of dig in here because there's no tomorrow after tonight. You have to win in order to advance. Cameron London gets the ball to Chicago Hill. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Inside. That's Takara Parsons. Up good. Traveling violation on A&M. It goes back to Grambling with 41 seconds remaining here in the first half of play, first quarter play. You can watch replay here on GSU TV if you're watching at home. And nice job by Takara Parsons getting around and getting just to the other side of the basket in order to get the shot off. Cameron London shot up good. That's a three-pointer.
Cameron London's catch and shoot will be deadly if you give her enough space.
Near turnover there for A&M once again.
Grambling almost got a double team at the top of the key.
Cobb was looking for someone to pass it to. Grambling, they say Alabama A&M shoots no good. Dark with the rebound for the Lady Bulldogs. She shoots, it's good. So Tierra Dark working hard and getting a bucket, and that's the end of the first quarter. 14-7 our score. Grambling on top after the first quarter. We'll take this timeout. You're listening to the Grambling Sports Radio Network and watching it live on GSU TV. Grambling State University, the Lady Tigers right now on top by the score of 14-7 as we get ready to enter into the second quarter of play here. And as we look at some of the numbers here, still really haven't improved too much for Alabama A&M. 3 of 16 from the field, 0 of 4 at the three-point line. They're 1 of 7 at the charity stripe. That's not one of those numbers you want to see. And right now being out-rebounded just a little bit, 13-10. And, of course, Grambling 4-1 on steals. And then with the basketball.
Kara Parsons able to gain control of the ball to get it to Shakila Hill.
Nice job on the inside by Parsons. Goes in for the shot, no good. And it looks like she's fouled on the shot. It's going to be Evans, I believe. That'll be her second personal. First free throw is up and good.
Nigeria, looks like number 32, Alexis Evans, she checks out, and into the game now, Chinelo Lucy Eba, 6-foot freshman from Owerri, Nigeria.
Yep, went to North Central Texas Academy. Said that she decided to come to Alabama A&M. So it was really like family. Lived over in Texas and had family over there. Long way from home, though. Shot is up by Cobb. It's good. And now it's 16-9. Grambling on top. 9:07 remaining here in this first half of play. Victoria Black along with Donovan Travis. And here comes the Lady Bulldogs. Now we know the Atlantic Sun, they've already had their tournaments. And now some other tournaments have started this week. I know SEC tournament was this week. SWAC tournament next week. Shot is up, no good, and rebound by Grambling. Shakila Hill with the basketball. Shot up, no good, and boy, I tell you what, that's a jump ball. Possession goes to Grambling. Grambling, you know, you would think that, especially as bad as Alabama A&M is shooting, you would think that Grambling would have a much bigger lead. But A&M defensively is really doing a good job getting into the passing lanes, frustrating Grambling, and Grambling not getting the shots off that they want to.
Absolutely. You talk about not being able to get the shots off that they want to. When you're not doing good offensively, you got to make up defensively, and A&M is showing that.
A&M threw the ball away, and it goes back to Grambling, and that's why A&M is behind right now, because they keep throwing the ball away. Final regular season home game of the season. Cameron London, nice cross-court pass to Washington. Bounce pass on the inside to Kara Parsons, and it goes out of bounds. Off of A&M, back to Grambling. 8:06 remaining here in the first half of play.
13 seconds left on the shot clock for Grambling now.
Goes back to A&M. Well, coming up at halftime, we'll talk about the standings for the women. Games going on tonight as well. If you're around the area, the Monroe Washita Alumni Chapter, they are giving away two $25 gift cards to Walmart coming up at halftime of this game and halftime of the men's game. Shakila Hill with the basketball, drives, shoots, and gets the bucket. 18-9 our score. Grambling.
You give her a little lane, and she will make you pay.
That she has. And thought about that three-point bucket, nearly stolen by Washington. Shot up, no good. Goes back to Grambling, or Alabama A&M. Sub in the ball game.
Jasmine Boyce checking back in the game. Yancey's going to come into the game now as well. Going to come in for London as well as Washington.
6 seconds left on the shot clock. Shot up, no good. And it's going to be a shot clock violation on Alabama A&M.
Amazing defensive stand by Grambling State. Being able to affect the shot, force the ball on the outside. By that time, it was already too late. Conley
Shot
Banks.
is up, no good by Conley Banks. The putback is good. And A&M wants a timeout here. Boy, those assistant coaches not playing around right now. Assistant coach Larry McNeil just really shouting at Ashlyn Dotson, telling her to pick it up. We have a timeout on the floor. 6:56 remaining in the first half. 20-9, Grambling on top. We'll be right back. Maybe they were just getting started. Maybe they'll be all right when we go back up. Thank you. Jet relays. Welcome back here to the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center here on the campus of Grambling State University. Lady Tigers have a commanding 20-9 lead right now over Alabama A&M. And hey, a couple of announcements. Of course, Donovan Travis, who's sitting next to me. You can hear him on My Own in the Morning weekdays from 8 to 9 a.m. where you have all kinds of great things that y'all talk about politics, talk about issues, have a lot of fun, and play sports games that I apparently have a lot of practice to do. I think I was set up.
To be fair, My Own has been, doing that for a long time, and she's had a lot of competition. So she was the seasoned veteran in that situation.
Yeah, I was definitely the rookie. Ashlyn Dotson with the ball on the inside. Now she pounces back outside to Nigeria Jones. Jones on the inside to Pye. Shot three-pointer on the way up and good by Natalia Collins. And if I'm not mistaken, that is the first three-pointer of the ball game made for Alabama A&M. 1 of 6 now. 20-12 now the score.
If you're Grambling, the last thing you want them to do is get into a rhythm right now, especially when you just had what is now a 20-12 lead. Grambling turns the ball over there. Corner three now. That won't go. Nigeria Jones still with the ball, though.
That goes out of bounds.
Grambling ball. Grambling not letting up on defense, not giving up anything easy. Being able to move with the ball and adjust.
Grambling with the basketball.
Conley Banks able to clean up the stop and pop that wouldn't go for Yancey. 22-12 now, our score with 5:30 left to go in the first half.
Tell you about other games going on in the conference. Another three-pointer up on the way. Up, no good. This time it just goes way off the mark. And here comes Grambling. Shikali Hill with the basketball. Nice pass to Yancey. She can't put it off the window. We will tell you about the SWAC tournament schedule as we get closer to it. That ball is going to be recovered by Jasmine Boyd. She takes a three. Good.
Foot was on the line, so they're going to mark it as a 2.
2-point bucket instead of a 3. And it's going to be a 30-second timeout taken by Grambling. 4:54 remaining here in this first half of play. 24-12 is our score. And while we have the opportunity, we'll also talk a little bit about, of course, we had one of the students who crossed yesterday, and Danny Gold. One of the DJ, of course, she's over our mix shows at the lab, and congratulations going out to her. And our parents, I know, were in town yesterday. And you know what that process is like, and she was just extremely happy that it was over.
Absolutely. Major shout out and congratulations to the newest members of Tau Beta Sigma as well as Kappa Kappa Psi. A lot of them are all up in the band now, so I know it's a relief to finally be able to say that they crossed.
Absolutely. Alabama A&M with the basketball, 24-12 the score. Grambling on top, 4:49 remaining here in the first half of play. See quite a few of Chicago's family members here. They've got the faces on the little sticks over there in the crowd. Three-pointer on the way up, no good. Dark with the basketball after the long rebound. Now she's looking and she gets it to Jones. Left side now, she gets it to Brown. Brown three-pointer on the way, no good. Connolly Banks with the rebound, gets it out to Jasmine Boyd. Boyd now looking. Shot up and off the mark, no good. And with the rebound is Dotson. Foul coming up on Grambling. Now, one of the things that I was going to tell you about is on Thursday night, Grambling had to win that game by 22 points. They more than won that game by 22 points in order to get to the point now to where if they win here tonight, they can get that number 4 seed. Currently right now, when you look at the standings, Grambling is sitting at 11-6 right now, Texas Southern 11-6, Jackson at 11-6. They may need a little help from Alabama State in order to beat Jackson State tonight. That game going on over in Jackson. So if they can get maybe a little bit of help, they can do that. Shot up and good. 24-14 now, 3:45 remaining until halftime. Jasmine Boyd, three-pointer on the way. Good! Jasmine Boyd starting to heat up a little bit.
Absolutely. You talk about Jasmine Boyd, she can heat up in the blink of an eye. So you definitely don't want her to get hot. Ball nearly stolen by Grambling.
Nice job. Ashlyn Dotson goes on the inside. No good. Takara Parsons with the rebound. Shot up, no good, but there's a foul coming up, and Coach Richards upset at one of the officials. Blocking foul called on Alabama A&M.
Looks like it was before the shot. Actually going to be against. The foul was against Shakila Hill. So there was no shot, but Grambling will maintain possession. And
right there,
Jasmine Boyd doing Jasmine Boyd things. Inbound off the backside of a defender, right back to her easy lay-in.
Shot up good by Dart. Was on the inside, she turned away from the bucket and was able to get that basket. 29-16 now the score. Grambling on top. 2:45 remaining until halftime.
Shot too strong by Justice Coleman. Alabama A&M coming back, almost losing it.
And that's going to be a foul against Grambling. Takara Parsons with the foul. And that's her first personal. 7 points for Takara Parsons. Into the ballgame now for Alabama A&M is Cobb. Cobb has the basketball now. She'll get it. Oh, almost stolen. And recovering is Jones. Jones now to Brown. Brown, a three-pointer up, no good. Nobody following on that shot. Kara Parsons with the basketball. Nice job looking behind her. Three-pointer on the way, Jasmine Boyd, no good. Rebound by Washington. Nice little wraparound pass out to Justice Coleman, and Coleman's going to be called for the foul. Coleman's going to be called for the foul here. She's got her second personal now. 1:58 remaining here in the first half of play, and you hear Shekyla Hill going down the floor as way to hustle. And she was really hustling. It's kind of one of those situations where you have to call the foul, but you know that it's a hustle foul.
And it was actually a smart tactic on A&M's behalf, Nigeria Jones, the way she slid, being able to draw that foul.
Cobb with the shot up, no good. Cobb loses. Oh, she stepped on the line.
She can't believe it, but that's what happened.
Yeah, she stepped on the line. I looked at her foot, and just the tip of her toe was on the line over here.
Yeah, I saw it as well.
1:38 remaining here in the first half of play. Malik, you and Donovan will have a little bit of halftime here. Talk about, of course, the NBA going on right now. I think we should put a moratorium on LeBron versus Michael talk.
Really?
I really do. I think it's getting overrated now. Washington with the basketball. Gets it to Jasmine Boyd. Boyd. Shot up. No good. And it's A&M basketball. .110 remaining here in the first half. 29-16 the score. Shekyla Hill with the basketball. Nice job by Takara Parsons and gets the bucket. Well, Takara Parsons with a nice little bucket there. And she now has 9 points.
This is her senior night, too.
Takara Parsons, of course, from Virginia Beach, Virginia. A&M ball. Takara Parsons from Virginia Beach, and then you look at on the men's side, Nigel Rell, he's from Chesapeake, Virginia.
Definitely producing some big names here at Grambling State.
Grambling with the on defense here. Shot up by Alabama A&M. Drive to the bucket is good. That is Markeisha. I'm sorry, that's going to be Nigeria Jones, the point guard from Lincoln, Nebraska. 9 seconds remaining until halftime. 5 seconds. Shot is up, and it is good as halftime approaches and is now here. 33-18, Grambling on top. 33-18 at the half. We'll take this timeout. 1 minute timeout. We'll be right back here on the Grambling Sports Radio Network and GSU TV.
of HBCUs, the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated Epsilon Psi Omega chapter of Grambling would like to present a $500 scholarship to Grambling State University to assist with gap funding. Joining President Richard Gallo and Athletics Director David Ponton, Mrs. Rosalind Russell, President Mrs. Beverly Hill Hercules, Target One HBCU for Life, a call to action chairman, and Mrs. Kelvin Pruitt, membership chairman. Well, all members of the Epsilon Psi Omega chapter and other members of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, please stand and be recognized for their support of Grambling State University. Okay. No.
And welcome back here to the Frederick C. Hobby Assembly Center here on the campus of Grambling State University, as we are now joined by our television audience. 33-18 is our score at halftime. Donovan, you and Malik talked a lot about this first half when you look at Grambling and Alabama A&M. And, you know, the bottom line is Grambling's not, you know, lighting the world on fire, but, man, when you're talking about Alabama A&M, 1 for 12 at the three-point line, 8 of 35 shooting. It's a lot of shots.
Absolutely. And the one thing that we also talked about, Grambling has 11 turnovers right now, and Alabama A&M only has 7. But Grambling is blowing them out of the water in points off turnovers by 13-1.
Yeah, and so the other thing is that you start looking at what's coming up here for this Grambling Lady Tiger basketball team here in the second half. The main thing is they just got to continue to try to work and get good shots, trying to get back into the inside and play their game. Right now, the outside is they're not doing too bad. They haven't taken many three-pointers. They're 2 of 6, but there's good shot selection for them. And Alabama A&M will get the ball to start the second half of this ball game. Grambling outscoring A&M off the turnovers 13-1. Shot up and no good, and Grambling gets the rebound. Chicago Hill with the basketball. Nice inside, and oh man, Takara Parsons can't hit the shot.
Just can't finish.
And with the basketball. And those are things you got to be able to finish.
Definitely got to be able to finish on the inside, as Alabama A&M does just that. They're the first to score this half. Nice inside move for number 5 for Alabama A&M, Nigeria Jones, able to dish it off, get the lay in. Here's Yancey with the turnaround. She gets it to fall.
Oh, and goes out of bounds. Official comes over to the scores table momentarily.
Ball knocked out of bounds, but it's going to stay with Alabama A&M.
And then with the basketball, shot goes up, no good. Takara Parsons with the rebound. Nice spin move by Chicago Hill.
There you go. And when she gets here, if you let me know, she's going to be sitting like right by you or right behind you. Okay, I'll come back.
Grambling with the basketball, Takara Parsons controlling. Foul coming up on Alabama A&M. And the foul for A&M is on number 15, Kenya Pye. Alabama A&M now coming back into the ball game. You can see Takara Parsons, if you're watching GSU TV, just driving and shooting and couldn't finish, but going to the free throw line. 38-20.
Point.
$38-20 still our score. It's Ariel Williams couldn't hit both of those free throws. And a foul coming up on Grambling. That's going to be on Jasmine Boyd, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
Jasmine Boyd picking up her second.
Well, inside, ends up in the hands of Justice Coleman. Dumps it off to Skylar Hill.
Does a great job just pulling it back out. Nice pass on the inside. Foul coming up on Alabama A&M. A lot of fouls here to start the third quarter. This one's going to be on 25. Is that right? No, that's going to be on Tierra Dark, the sophomore.
Ball to the corner to Jasmine Boyd. She hits the three. And there goes Skylar Hill's all-time assist record as the ball rolls over here.
Yep. So she's got one more assist. And a timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout as well. Grambling on top, 41-20. We'll take this timeout. We'll be right back. The Assembly Center, Skylar Hill now tied the assist record at Grambling State University. She needs one more to break it now. And so, you know, as we talked about just her resiliency and what she's been able to do here at Grambling, and she's rewriting the record book. And there's the assist there if you're watching GSU TV, the three-pointer by Jasmine Boyd. One more now to break the record.
Ball swiped out of there by Justice Coleman into the hands of Skylar Hill.
Skylar Hill goes, oh, she's fouled and gets the bucket. And she was popped upside the head pretty good on the foul. That foul's going to be on Tierra Dark. That's her second personal. Skylar Hill was going in, and Tierra Dark just took a big swipe. You know, one of the things that you notice what Alabama A&M players are doing is they're starting out wide, and then when we come back inside, players are driving in. They're starting to take these big, huge swipes trying to get the ball out of the hands of Skylar Hill and other players. They're causing some fouls, and that's going to be on Skylar Hill. That's going to be a foul. And that'll be the first on her. Grambling up 44-20 to score. And for A&M, this is the night they want to forget shooting. They shot 18% in the first quarter, 26%, a little bit better in the second quarter. For the game, they're shooting 9 of 39, 28%. Grambling basketball goes out of bounds. You know, when you talk to Coach Freddie Murray, he just seems like a really cool customer. I had a chance to meet his brother. As a matter of fact, I met his brother at a convenience store on the way to a game. And I told him, I said, he just seems like such a cool customer. But when he's on that basketball court, you can tell he is very intense, especially in practice. Tierra Dark with the basketball, bounce pass. Shot is up, good. Alabama A&M gets the bucket. I believe it's going to be on Yancey. That's her first personal. Also coming in for Alabama A&M will be Deshauna Harper, the 5'5" sophomore from Indianapolis. Free throw up and good. 44-23 the score. Grambling on top. 6:20 remaining here in this third quarter of play. Santoria Black along with Donovan Travis.
Three ball no good by Shekyla Hill, but Takara Parsons gets the rebound. Back to Shekyla now.
A little bit over the head of Yancey. Tried to get it to her just a little bit over her head, and it goes back to Alabama A&M. It'll be a blocking foul. It's on Jasmine Boyd. I was trying to figure out what they were calling it, and that's going to be 3 on her? 3 on Jasmine Boyd. She has 12 points. (44-23) Grambling on top. 5:30 remaining here in this third quarter of play.
Kyle to the inside, she just gets ripped up.
Out of bounds. Grambling basketball. We have subs in the ball game now. Washington coming in for Grambling. Ariel Williams coming in for Grambling. Grambling basketball. Ariel Williams.
Washington back up top to Coleman.
Shekyla Hill, nice pass. But Justice Coleman can't hit the shot. Cobb with the foul. And now Justice Coleman will be at the free throw line.
First one is good.
Only shooting 57% coming into the game, but you know what? As long as you keep making those, you can improve on those percentages. Three-pointer on the way. It's a long three for A&M. This ball goes out of bounds off of A&M back to Grambling. We'll take a timeout. 46-23 the score. 4:51 remaining here in this third quarter play. We'll take a timeout. We'll take this timeout. You're listening to the Grambling Sports Radio Network and watching it live on GSU TV.
The official Grambling State University app is here, and the features make it 100 times easier for you to navigate through the semester. Get direct access to your grades, student email, your Tiger One card, news, the KGRM radio station, campus events.
Director of Athletics Dr. David Punton and Foundation Chairman David Aubrey are CEO Joe Arnold and Chief Commercial Officer Jonathan Reynolds. Thank you, Carter Credit Union, for your support of Grambling State University and GSU Athletics. Thank you.
Welcome back here to the Frederick C. Harvey Assembly Center here on the campus of Grambling State University. 46-23 the score. Grambling right now out in front with 4:51 remaining here into this third quarter of play. So let's kind of give you an update on what's going on here in the conference. Southern, of course, lost to Prairie View on Thursday night. They play against Texas Southern tonight. Prairie View actually will play against Alcorn That could determine the conference championship, or at least a share there. Jackson, of course, playing Alabama State tonight. They're 11-6. Texas Southern 11-6. Grambling 11-6. Right there's a shot is up and good there.
Skylar Hill on the inside.
So right now, Grambling with this, if they can continue and they can win here, they could possibly tie Prairie View if they lost to Alcorn, at least try to get to third place. But they're going to need some help, and that is Alabama A&M or Alabama State beating Jackson. As another basket there by A&M.
Skylar Hill splits defenders, works her way to the inside.
Forte going back up for the shot. It's no good and out of bounds.
Oh, miscommunication by Shekyla and Justice Coleman, and that's going to be easy 2 points for Alabama A&M.
48-25, 27 now. There's that basket by Deshaun Harper. And another steal. This time it's eBay. eBay goes in and gets the bucket. And a timeout by Grambling. Coach Freddie Murray wants to talk about this. 2 consecutive buckets here where there are miscues. And Coach Murray is sending it to Kara Parsons and sending in Jasmine Boyd. I think he wants to shore up that guard play and defense a little bit better. And Coach Murray not happy at all. (48-29) the score, 3:43 remaining here in this third quarter of play. Men's side of things, we'll tell you about that coming up in just a little bit, but here's some good news. Grambling just needs to win tonight, and here's why. The Alabama A&M, they're not eligible to go to the tournament anyway. Right now, they're sitting in dead last. I think Valley is officially, I think they possibly have been eliminated from play. I think Southern has already made the tournament. So that means that the 8 teams that are set there. Here's the problem, though. Grambling 9-8. There's a 4-way tie there. They win tonight. They're the 3 or 4 seed.
That means home game.
That means home game. You got to win, though. And a nice cut, Shekyla Hill bucket.
Nice awareness. Head fake by Shekyla Hill, able to get back into the inside and easy. And foul coming up.
Man.
Oh, man. Takara Parsons doesn't like that.
And I think for Takara Parsons, that's her second personal.
Takara Parsons, 10 points on the day so far. That is her second. They're going to send Ashlyn Dotson to the line now. First shot, no good.
One more opportunity at the line for her. She struggled at the free throw line this year, shooting below 60%. Just Jasmine Boyd with the basketball, shot up and no good. And here comes Alabama A&M. This is Dark. Left side there to Jones, shot up no good. Harper now with the shot and she hits it. And now A&M playing that full court press, 50-32 to score, 18-point lead for Grambling. About 2:40 remaining here in the third quarter of play. Shekyla Hill goes in, bucket.
And one.
Right in front of the KTVE camera. Shekyla Hill will go to the free throw line. He's averaging 18.5 points a game, 69% from the charity stripe. Shot is up and good. Jasmine Boyd, probably the best free throw shooter at about 75, 76%. Foul coming up on Jasmine or on Chicago Hill, and Coach Murray not happy. And for Chicago Hill, that's her second personal. Free throws coming up for Alabama A&M now. 2:18 remaining third quarter, 53-32. Grambling up by 21. Free throw way off the mark.
Kenya Pye. First trip to the free throw line this game. She splits a pair.
Well, Valley's women looks like they will make the tournament. If they've got to win tonight, they play Pond Bluff. They win, they are in. The men and the women, dangerous teams right now, although they are in last place. And I don't know, I think Valley may be eliminated. I think Southern has made the tournament on the men's side. If they have, they've wrapped up the 8th seed. Shot up, no good. Ball tipped on the ground and coming away with it to Kara Parsons. Ariel Williams for three. In and out, no good. Ball tipped, and Justice Coleman can't handle it. Now Chicago Hill gets the ball. Nice assist over to Jasmine Boyd. Three-pointer. Oh, in and out, no good. Chicago Hill now with the basketball. Chicago Hill needs one assist in order to break the record. Hill looking inside. Shot up no good, but more, she put a fake on the defender. Whew. I think that is just so vicious.
Behind
Look
the
at
back.
that. Behind the back, nearly just kind of flipping it up there and getting the shot. She'll go to the line to shoot two. 53-33 to score. 1 minute remaining here in the third quarter. And right now you see this Lady Tiger basketball team having a lot of fun right now. But I tell you, it depends on what happens here in the tournament. If they can get to that 4 seed, which is still very possible, especially Southern plays Texas Southern tonight. Grambling gets to that 4 seed, they'll be hosting first round. Could be Texas Southern, could be Jackson State. But Prairie View, Southern has something on the line because if they lose tonight, they could lose the outright conference championship to Prairie View because Prairie View beat them on Thursday night. Cobb with the basketball now for Alabama A&M. Pressure defense being put on by Grambling. Cobb nearly going out of bounds or over the half-court line. Would have been over and back. Shot up by Kenya Pye. Up, no good. Ball tipped. It goes back into the hands of Natalie Collins. Collins back out to Kenya Pye. Pye now right side to Cobb. Cobb looking. Now to Dark. Dark drives. Shoots inside the paint. It's stripped out of her hands. Now she gets it back. Ball is on the floor. And there'll be a jump ball, and possession goes to Grambling. Lady Tigers get the basketball. Free throws now coming up. I should say, they're going to take it out of bounds. It's just kind of wiping up some of the condensation and the sweat on the floor. And as you look at Margaret Richards over there, trying to finish this season strong here for Alabama A&M. But these Lady Tigers, man, they are really focused and having a lot of fun doing it. 18 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 55-33. Justice Coleman. I should say it's Ariel Williams. Now to Jasmine Boyd. Boyd now to Chicago Hill. Chicago Hill comes to the right side. Gets it over to Ariel Williams. Three-pointer up, no good. Rattles in and out again. Goes out of bounds back to Grambling.
Three at the buzzer won't go for Jasmine Boyd.
It is Grambling 55, Alabama A&M 33. We'll take this time out. Fourth quarter coming up here at the Frederick Cianvi Assembly Center. We'll be right back.
Can help brake for you as you reverse. So let's slowly back up. Wow, that was great. I didn't think you could actually drive.
55-33 our score. Grambling on top. We enter into the fourth quarter of play. Grambling still over on the team bench right now. And when you start thinking about this, what this game means here, of course, for the Grambling Tigers, Lady Tigers, what they want to finish the season strong, get that home game. Coach Murray talks about this all the time. They say, hey, we want to win the regular season. They can't do that, but they can host a game, and then also they can win the tournament crown.
First things first, got to win, got to finish this regular season out strong right now, and hopefully you can take that momentum into the tournament.
Three-pointer on the way.
Nigeria Jones for three. Alabama A&M.
Now Jasmine Boyd, three-pointer on the other side, no good.
Trying hard to get Shakila Hill
that assist, yeah.
Last assist, yeah. Ball knocked out of bounds by Justice Coleman, but it's going to stay right here with Alabama A&M.
Well, A&M has been a little bit closer as far as the scoring last couple of quarters. Grambling has outscored them 21-8 off of turnovers. Shot is up and good. And that bucket by Evans.
Jasmine Boyd saves after nearly going out of bounds.
(55-38), Grambling on top. Kara Parsons, cross-court pass to Shakila Hill. Hill shot up, no good. Oh, it's going to be a shot clock violation. Didn't hit the rim.
55-38, and no rush to put up any type of shot right now if you're Grambling. So you're able to let the shot clock wind down a little bit and then get that one shot.
Of course, our next game will be on Sports Talk 97.7. Men will play Alabama A&M. Three-pointer on the way for A&M, no good. Nigeria Jones with the shot, rebound by Grambling. Count the bucket.
That foul is going to be charged to Ariel Williams. That's her third.
Ariel Williams, Jasmine Boyd, both the three.
Three-point play, no good, but
right there at the putback. And there's steal. Ariel Williams in a little bit of trouble, and there's a steal. Out of bounds.
Near steal, tried to save it. That was Natalie Collins. She tried to bat it out of there and tried to save it, but she wasn't able to, so the ball's going to stay with Grambling. However, it's 22 seconds left on the shot clock, so they're going to have to hurry and get the ball past half court. They're saying, okay, so no more 10-second violation. Since I guess they're saying she had possession before she went out of bounds. Seven seconds on the shot clock now. Kyla Hill goes to the inside.
Shot up good. 55-42. Chicago Hill gets the bucket. 7:39 remaining in the ball game.
Kyla Hill now has 22 points.
3 players in double figures. Shot up no good for A&M.
Foul coming.
$7:31 remaining in the ball game. Evans will shoot.
First one is no good.
Next one coming up here. Shot up no good. Forte tips it up. And coming down with the basketball is Alabama A&M. And then they throw it out of bounds. But they say Grambling touched it last.
Looks like Conley Banks is going to come into the game now. She's going to come in for Forte. As well as Dotson for Alabama A&M. She's going to come in for Evans.
52-47, 15-point lead. 7:20 remaining in the ball game. A&M has cut it down just a little bit. The basketball right now is Nigeria Jones. Now to Dark. Gets the ball to Jones. Who has a foul on Grambling? Chicago Hill gets the foul. That's her third. I didn't see it. Now 3 players with 3 personal fouls.
Nigeria Jones for the 3.
And now it's a 12-point game. 57-45, Grambling on top. 6:52 remaining in the contest. Ariel Williams getting it to Takara Parsons, who turned it over. Pass was too much for her, and coming away with it for Alabama A&M was Collins. 3-pointer on the way up, no good. Collins with the rebound. She goes up. Foul coming up against Connolly Banks. 6:40 remaining here in this ball game. Now Connolly Banks with 2. Takara Parsons with 2. Jasmine Boyd with 3. Ariel Williams with 3. And Chicago Hill with 3. First free throw is no good. .640 remaining in the ball game. Santoria Black along with Donovan Travis bringing you tonight's contest between Grambling and Alabama A&M. Grambling trying to get into the tournament and be one of the top 4 seeds. Oh, it's turned over. Jasmine Boyd lost it. Dark has the ball. Dark goes up and can't hit the bucket. Timeout Grambling. And that will be 57-45 to score. Grambling on top. We will take this timeout as well. Full timeout. We'll take this timeout. You're listening to the Grambling Sports Radio Network. We'll be right back.
This next technology can help brake for you as you reverse, so let's slowly back up. Wow, that was great. I didn't think you could actually drive. We're testing technology that helps keep you centered in your lane. Boys, knock it off. It's great for long drives or family road trips. Is that a confetti cannon? That's it. Pull over. Big Al, give me the confetti.
Back here at the Frederick C. Hotley Assembly Center here on the campus of GSU, 6:17 remaining in the fourth quarter, 57-45. That's going to be a travel on Grambling, goes back to Alabama A&M. They're starting to get a lot of turnovers here late in the ballgame, and it was a 20-plus point lead. Now down to a 12-point lead. Still plenty of time left in this ballgame.
The game's not over yet.
Grambling, I should say Alabama A&M has improved on their shooting.
As they
hit this
shot
one.
right there.
57-47. And they call a foul on A&M.
It's going to be against Collins. So it's going to be her second.
The Grambling ball after the foul.
Justice Coleman comes in for Conley Banks now.
Nice job by Chicago Hill. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Grambling with the rebound. 5:40 remaining in this contest. Final regular season game for the Grambling Lady Tigers and for A&M. Tournament time after this.
Three ball by Jasmine Boyd. Won't go.
Almost got her own rebound. It goes out of bounds. Back to Grambling. Tierra Dart coming back into the ballgame for Alabama A&M. $59-47 the score. Grambling up by 12. This shot is up, no good. Rebound by Tierra Dart. And Tierra Dart got her pocket picked there, and then Jasmine Coleman, or just Justice Coleman, got her pocket picked. A&M throws it away.
The ball's off the hands of Ashlyn Dotson. Turned around before she can even really maintain possession of the ball. So now it gives to Grambling.
Nice pass. And Justice Coleman can't hit the shot.
When you're this deep, you can't have that happen now.
A&M with the follow-up and the putback. Cobb with the putback, and it's now 59-49. Grambling on top. 4:39 remaining in the game. Grambling with the basketball. Jasmine Boyd with it. Out high on the left side, looking on the inside. Can't find anybody. Now we'll get it to Chicago Hill.
3 seconds.
Three-pointer, good. You can't do anything about that. 62-49 now the score. Grambling on top by 13 with 3:59 remaining in this ball game. Here's a three ball, good.
We're going to give her 2 for that one. Deep ball by Chicago Hill to Justice Coleman, who can't control it.
Chicago Hill, cross-court pass to Jasmine Boyd. Nice fake, driving the baseline. Shot is up, and oh, no good. Falls in and out. She's had a few shots like that where they've gone down and come back out. Kara Parsons fouls and gets one. You don't make that foul.
Nah.
You let her have that. That'll be 3 on her. At the line for A&M, Nigeria Jones, the point guard from Lincoln, Nebraska. We all know how much 357 is. It is a world of time. Jasmine Boyd gets it to Chicago Hill. 62-54, Grambling trailing. Grambling on top, rather. 3:09 remaining in the ball game. Nice pass. Backdoor to Kara Parsons, and that's the assist. Chicago Hill, the all-time assist record leader now.
Sounds like a broken record every time you break a record.
Chicago Hill spins out of trouble. Yancey for three, up no good. Shot up, good for A&M on the other side. That's Jones.
Skylar Hill.
Goes up for the shot, no good. Yancey there with the rebound, can't hold it. Ball is on the floor. And coming away with it is Alabama A&M. Nigeria Jones with the basketball. Jones shot, no good. And it goes in the hands of Grambling.
That's a 1-on-2 transition that Jones just, I don't understand why she took that. Don't have numbers and you're just going right into two defenders. With a third defender, Kyler Hill, right behind you.
There's a foul away from the ball.
Will all parents and family members of our seniors
64-56, we have a timeout on the floor.
all parents and family members
And we'll take this timeout as well. 64-56, 150 remaining in the game. We'll take this timeout. We'll be right back. Grambling State University, the Grambling Lady Tigers are on top of Alabama A&M 64-56. $150 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Chicago Hill gets the basketball, and Lady Tigers trying to close things out here on Alabama A&M. Nice little crossover dribble, shot up, no good.
Foul coming up. 64-56, 142 left in the ball game. All that's left is for Grambling just to close it out now.
We'll try to check the scores.
First free throw up and in.
One more at the charity stripe.
Second one won't go. Justice Coleman with the board up.
135, they can work this down to about 109. Foul on A&M. Cobb.
the ball number 4 is Bob.
his first personal. Here you can see Takara Parsons there in that picture. There's Cobb coming off the bench. Whoa, Jasmine Boyd putting a little clinic on. Tierra Dark actually is going to be accused of getting shook. 125 remaining in the ballgame, 65-56. And it's all but over here for the Lady Bulldogs. That goes out of bounds. We do have one women's final score. Mississippi Valley, they put Pine Bluff to sleep. 82-63 was the final there at women's basketball. We don't have the other scores yet except this one. 65-56 is the score now. And now the official goes over to talk to the scorers table. .121 remaining. And Donovan, now this is that part of the game. It's fourth quarter. You're up by 9. Still some time to play for Alabama A&M, but if you're Coach Murray and you're the coaching staff here at Grambling, you kind of want this to kind of move along a little bit.
Yeah, you want, to try and get everything together, still maintain that lead. The lead, this is what concerns me. This lead was 20 plus at one point in time, and now it is single digits. So that's one thing that can concern you as a coach and as a fan. So there's going to be things that maintaining a lead and not letting other teams get momentum and how those momentum switches.
Cobb gets the basketball. Three-pointer on the way by Jones. Shot is up, no good. Cobb gets the rebound. Three-pointer on the way by Jones. Good. 6-point lead. And A&M, there's a foul now coming up on A&M.
Now they're heading to the foul game a little early.
I think you just play good defense in that case. You got to strip a couple of times, and you didn't have to foul. I think you played just good defense. We'll have Coach Freddie Murray coming up after the game to come talk to us about this contest. 65-59 is now the score. You put Chicago Hill on the line. And that's the only other thing is that when you start at the fouling game, you got to watch who put on the line. Chicago Hill, one of the better free throw shooters on the team, shooting over 60%.
In that case, I wouldn't foul as soon as the ball is inbound. I'd say wait, try and get the ball back, and if they are able to cross half court, that's when you start to foul.
66-59, the score. Grambling up by 7. And Chicago Hill, one more free throw at the charity stripe. Shot is up and good.
And them trying to work fast now.
Three-pointer on the way, no good. Ball is on the floor, and coming away with it is Ariel Williams. Williams had the ball picked out of her pocket, and the shot is up and good by number 15, Kenya Pine. Here comes Grambling. And a foul coming up against Grambling, or against Alabama A&M. Natalie Collins, I think, is going to be guilty of that foul, her third personal. So 3 on the Grambling side and 3 on the A&M side that at least have 3 fouls. One player has 4 for the Grambling Tigers, and that is Jasmine Boyd, who the aforementioned Boyd is on the line for the Grambling Lady Tigers. First free throw is up and good. One more opportunity at the line. One more free throw here for Jasmine Boyd. 46 seconds remaining in the contest. Free throw is up, and it's good. And a timeout by Alabama A&M so they can discuss things. 30 seconds left, 45 seconds left in the game. SWAC tournament coming up next week. Quarterfinal games on the campus sites, where, of course, the teams with the highest or the best record will get a chance to host a game, and then next weekend on Friday and Saturday is when both the men's and women's teams will be in the semifinals over in Birmingham, Alabama, leaving from Houston. Then NC2A's tournament is announced coming up a week from this Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. A week from tomorrow, the NC2A field will be released, and then the following Monday, the women's field will be released. 69-61 to score, 45.5 remaining in the game. (69-51) our score. Now the official calls Grambling back over to the table. And they're at the table while they're figuring out some things with the time and all of that. Well, of course, Mardi Gras season is now officially over. And did you get a chance to go to the Big Easy or do anything?
Nope, I stayed right here on campus.
It's admirable of you. Yeah, we had some students that came in from Mardi Gras and forgot that Mardi Gras season was over with.
Yeah. Some students took the whole week off.
Yeah. Well, we still had the officials over at the scores table. .46 seconds remaining here in the ball game. They had to change the clock. This clock to our left said 4 minutes, and all the other clocks said 46 seconds.
So now it's going to be 46.1 seconds left in the ball game. 69-61 is our score with the Lady Tigers on top.
Nice defense played by Grambling. Shot is up, no good. Here comes Grambling. That's a foul on Cobb.
That's going to send
37 seconds.
Going to send Takara Parsons to the line.
And they'll shoot because they're over the bonus. Takara Parsons will shoot. One free throw coming up. Good. Second one coming up. Men waiting patiently in the corners, both sides. And a dart coming into the game. Kara Parsons with the shot. No good. Justice Coleman with the rebound. .32.5.
Nigeria Jones, that's going to be her second. Sends Takara Parsons to the line once again.
Yep, she's going to have to shoot. One more free throw at the line for Takara Parsons. Free throw up and good. 32 seconds remaining, 71-61. Three-pointer, no good.
Shot clock turned off.
And that'll do it.
Takara Parsons, Shakyla Hill, Jasmine Boyd all dap each other up at center court as the team hugs together one last time for the regular season.
Final game at home in the regular season for Takara Parsons, Chicago Hill, and Jasmine Boyd. We'll take a timeout. 71-61. When we come back, we'll talk with Coach Freddie Murray. We'll take this timeout. We'll be right back. Okay, we're going to come back, but we're going to really hurry up so we can get to senior night. Yeah, we're going to hurry up, though. And welcome back to the Frederick C. Hobbs Assembly Center on the campus of Grambling State University. Lady Tigers win it 71-61. Coach Freddie Murray joining us here just for a quick before senior night here for the men and the women. Coach Murray, your seniors go out with a bang here. Chicago Hill, 30 points in the contest.
Yeah, man. Hey, that's the way. If you want to finish your senior night, that's the way to actually do it. And she played stellar. Boyd played stellar, and Takira Parsons came off the bench for us and played stellar as well. The things that those ladies have done since they've been here in the program is remarkable. I don't think it's been done with the numbers that they put up over the last 3.5 years, and I'm just proud to have been their coach for this time.
I'll ask you one more question before we get to senior night. When you think about Chicago Hill over the course of her career, on and off the court, what's the one word that comes to your mind?
Winner.
Yeah.
Winner. She just knows how to get it done. Winner.
Absolutely. Well, Takara Parsons, a double-double tonight, 14 points, 15 rebounds as a senior. It's a way to go out. Coach Murray,
thank you, sir.
So much.
Thank you, sir. See you next Tuesday.
All right, next Tuesday, the Lady Tigers will be playing. We'll tell you about where in just a little while. Senior night coming up here for our TV crew and for our radio network. We will see you coming up in just a little bit for the men's basketball game as the Tigers will get ready to play Alabama A&M. For now, I'm Santoria Black with Donovan Travis. Always remember, one nation, one people, peace. We'll see you in just a little bit.